Have you ever wondered what truly goes into the making of your smartphone? As we navigate through the complexities of our digital age, we often overlook the origins of the very devices that have become so integral to our daily lives. These pocket-sized powerhouses, our smartphones, are more than just sleek designs and technological marvels. They are the product of a long, intricate, and often overlooked process. Every day, billions of us rely on these devices for communication, business, entertainment, and so much more. We wake up to their alarms, read the news on their screens, connect with loved ones through their apps, and capture our memories with their cameras. They've become so ingrained in our routines, it's hard to imagine life without them. But have you ever stopped to consider the hidden cost of these essential gadgets? Behind the glimmering screens and beneath the smooth casings, there lies a story that's not as shiny. A story of extraction, production, and disposal that harbors a darker side to our technological advancements. Consider this: each smartphone is a cocktail of precious metals and rare earth elements. Gold, silver, palladium, and an array of other elements are mined from the earth to create the components that power our devices. These materials aren't just costly in monetary terms. The process of extracting them from the earth carries a hefty environmental price tag, one that's often overlooked in the race for the latest model. And let's not forget the energy required to assemble these devices. The factories that churn out millions of smartphones every year consume vast amounts of energy, contributing to our ever-growing carbon footprint. This is the dark side of phone manufacturing, a side that's often hidden from view, shrouded by the allure of innovative features and cutting-edge designs. As we delve deeper into this investigation, brace yourselves for some eye-opening revelations. The journey of our smartphones, from the earth to our hands and eventually back to the earth, is a tale of innovation, convenience, but also a tale of environmental impact that's worth our attention. The journey of your smartphone starts deep within the earth. These are not mere words, but a stark reality that often goes unnoticed. The life of a phone begins not in a sterile factory, but in the heart of our planet where precious materials are nestled. Among the raw materials that give life to our phones are gold, tungsten, tantalum, and tin. Gold, for instance, is a fantastic conductor of electricity and is resistant to tarnish, making it a key player in our phone's circuitry. Tungsten, on the other hand, brings durability and heat resistance, while tantalum stores electricity and aids in the functionality of capacitors. Tin, however, is the unsung hero, used extensively in soldering to connect components. But the extraction of these materials is not without cost. The environmental impact of mining these resources can be severe. Picture vast landscapes scarred by open-pit mines, rivers tainted with harmful chemicals, and air filled with dust particles. The extraction process often results in habitat destruction, soil erosion, and water contamination, posing a significant threat to biodiversity and local communities. Moreover, the human rights issues associated with the extraction of these materials are deeply concerning. In regions like the Democratic Republic of Congo, where a substantial amount of the world's tantalum is sourced, child labor and dangerous working conditions are unfortunately commonplace. Workers toil in perilous conditions, often without adequate safety equipment, risking their health and lives for the sake of our digital convenience. Yet, these materials are not infinite. As we continue to mine them at the current rate, we are rapidly depleting these valuable resources. This is not just a matter of supply and demand, but a question of sustainability. Can we continue to sacrifice our environment and human rights for the sake of technology? And so the first step of phone creation leaves a significant mark on our planet and its people, a mark that prompts us to ponder the true price of our technological luxuries and question whether the cost is truly worth it. From the Earth's crust, these materials find their way to factories. Here they embark on a journey of transformation, from raw substances to the sleek, shiny components of the phone you know and use every day. The refinement process kicks off this journey. In smelting facilities, the raw materials are heated to high temperatures, separating the valuable elements from the rest. This process is as fascinating as it is energy-intensive. It requires vast amounts of electricity, often generated from burning fossil fuels. The result? A significant carbon footprint associated with every single phone produced. Next, the purified elements are shipped to component manufacturers. These factories are like giant jigsaw puzzle assemblers. They convert the elements into the various bits and pieces that make up a phone. The silicon becomes a processor, the lithium forms the battery, and the rare earth elements are used for the phone's screen and speakers. This assembly process is not only intricate but also energy demanding, adding more to the device's environmental cost. Now let's discuss the human factor. The factories where these phones are assembled are often located in parts of the world where labor regulations may not be as stringent. Workers, sometimes even children, spend long hours in these factories, under conditions that can be challenging at best and exploitative at worst. These workers are the unsung heroes of the tech world, their hands crafting the devices we rely on for communication, work and entertainment. Yet their living and working conditions remain a hidden aspect of our tech-saturated lives. So, as you swipe your screen, text a friend or take a picture, remember this. The phone in your hand is more than just a device. It's a product of immense labor and substantial environmental cost. It's a symbol of our interconnected world, where the actions in one part of the globe can have far-reaching impacts on people and the environment elsewhere. The phone in your hand is a product of immense labor and substantial environmental cost. Ever pondered over the destiny of your phone once it's past its prime? Just as the dawn of technology is fascinating, so too is its twilight. When the shiny sheen of a new phone fades and it starts to stutter, most of us simply discard it and move on to the next model. But the afterlife of a phone is a tale worth telling. The issue of electronic waste, or e-waste, is a growing global concern. Each year, millions of phones are discarded, adding to a mounting pile of e-waste. They don't just vanish into thin air. They end up in landfills, in our soils, our waters, and our air. Phones are complex devices, made up of a variety of materials, some of which are quite harmful. When discarded, these toxic substances such as lead, mercury, and arsenic can leach into our environment, posing a serious threat to our ecosystems and our health. You might think, well, can't we just recycle them? Yes, but it's not that simple. Phones are not easy to recycle. Their complex and compact design makes the process of extracting valuable materials like gold, silver, and copper difficult, and not always cost-effective. Furthermore, the process itself can release harmful substances. Recycling efforts have seen limited success. While they are a step in the right direction, we are far from achieving a circular economy for phones. Most phones are not designed with their end of life in mind. They are made to be sold, not to be recycled. This is not to paint a gloomy picture, but rather to enlighten us about the often overlooked aftermath of our technology. Our phones, once our faithful companions, don't just disappear when we are done with them. They leave behind a legacy, a toxic one at that. So the next time you're about to discard an old phone, think about its afterlife. What could be a simple act of upgrading for us is a significant contribution to a global problem. The end of a phone's life cycle is indeed a toxic farewell. But all is not bleak. The power to change this lies in our hands. Every day our consumer choices shape the world around us, influencing industries and markets in ways we may not readily see. This is especially true in the tech industry. When we choose to buy a phone, we're not just selecting a product, we're endorsing a company's practices, from how they source their materials to how they treat their workers. There's a growing number of brands that are putting sustainability at the forefront of their operations. They're seeking out responsibly sourced materials, prioritizing fair labor practices, and investing in lower-impact manufacturing processes. By choosing these brands, we can help to promote a more ethical tech industry. Yet, it's not just about which phone we buy, but also about how long we keep it. The longer we hold on to our devices, the fewer new ones need to be made. This simple act can drastically reduce the demand for raw materials and the resulting environmental impact. But what happens when our phones eventually reach the end of their life? That's where proper e-waste management comes into play. All too often, old phones end up in landfills, where they can leach harmful substances into the environment. But many components of a phone can be recycled, reducing the need for new materials. By choosing to recycle our phones responsibly, we can help to mitigate the environmental impact of our tech consumption. And let's not forget about the power of our voices. By speaking out about these issues, we can help to raise awareness and put pressure on the tech industry to adopt more sustainable practices. We can use our platforms, however big or small, to advocate for change. So remember this the next time you're in the market for a new phone. Every choice you make sends a message about the kind of world you want to see. Remember, each time you purchase a phone, you cast a vote for the kind of world you want to live in.